beautiful Gifford Pinchot National Forest, named after the first forester of the United States, appointed by Teddy Roosevelt to help to help the president create this vision of naturalist, conservationist, person who used the wilderness, kind of a vital human being. But here we are. This is the home of Mount St. Helens, the Goat Rocks Wilderness, and Lewis River, where I will be today, hiking along the river. It has some beautiful waterfalls. I'm really excited to go photograph, and I think there might be some interesting things along the road. And let's see where we go. Meeting my sister and a friend in a couple hours at the Lower Lewis River trailhead, and we're going to spend the day hiking. And don't know how much photography I'll be able to get done on the river. We'll see. But let's go check out the road and see what we find. One of the things I'm finding as I'm driving along the road leading down to the trailhead is that there's a lot of really beautiful Northwest forest scenes, but not a lot of places to pull out. It's maybe a paved Forest Service road, but it's still a Forest Service road, and there's not convenient pullouts. One of my big things I like to talk about and advise people that we really need is every Department of Transportation throughout the United States needs to hire a photographer to go out with the planning crews and say, this is a great view, people are going to want to stop and take pictures of this, you need a pullout right here. And I think the Forest Service kind of needs to do that too. But right now I have got behind me a quintessential Pacific Northwest forest scene. I noticed, I was kind of hoping I wouldn't need my polarizer for this scene because it's pretty overcast today, but there's just enough light back there that it is causing a glare. I've got a bit of a difference of between the top of the composition and the lower part of the composition. There's a bit of a difference in exposure, but I think I can capture it in one image. I'm not losing my highlights because there really aren't a lot of huge highlights here, and I'm not losing my darks, and I am photographing this at 1.6 seconds, so it's a bit of a long exposure. It's at f9 because I don't have a lot of really close foreground that I'm focusing in on. I am trying to get these ferns in there. I might be able to get it with just one image, one exposure. I may go ahead and try to focus stack it too, just because those beautiful logs in the back, I want to make sure they're clear, nice and crisp in the exposure, and I also want to make sure these ferns in front are crisp. Sometimes I really don't care, but this one I do want the whole scene to be in focus. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple images of this, and then we'll head on back down the road. Oh my gosh, when you look at this prettiness back here, this waterfall, I was kind of driving along the road last night trying to find a dispersed campsite to sleep at, and I had my windows rolled down and I heard something and just thought it was like a stream going under the road. And look, it just is absolutely beautiful little waterfall. So when I've got an image set up, I've got a composition that takes these kind of more focuses on these branches over here with the waterfall off to the side a little bit. I think it's a little bit more of a story there, that there's this beautiful ravine that comes down here. And you can see the waterfall way up near the top. It's a little off in the trees, off in the distance. But it has a beautiful story of, these trees, this alder coming down, falling down along this ravine. I think there's more of a story in that than just a straight on image like what I'm sitting here with you. So I'm going to go ahead and take the image. It's a couple of seconds because it's very dark in here and it's very overcast. I'm kind of hoping the clouds will lift a little bit today. There's not a lot of directional light and it's very flat, which is really something usually nice in a forest, although flat is just, it's boring. And anything that I have to do to make the image look exciting will be done in Photoshop. And I'd rather be able to get a really good image when I'm out in the field than have to go back home and fiddle with Photoshop and try and make it look cool. So I'm kind of hoping that the clouds lift. They may, because it looks like over in the east, which is over that way, it does look like there's some thinning of the clouds, and considering it was kind of clear last night, a lot of this might be just air condensation and fog. A high fog, but fog nonetheless. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and grab this image and keep heading down the road. Hopefully my sister at some point catches up with me, because I have a feeling I'm going to be stopping quite a bit as many times as I can along this road, because this forest here is beautiful. It is, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the quintessential Pacific Northwest forest. The Lower Lewis River Falls recreation area waiting for my sister, and you probably hear the falls behind me. There's another couple here that are doing an exploratory trip through Gifford Pinchot National Forest. It's a great little forest to play in, so it's very easy to explore. The trail that we're supposed to be going on is it goes along the river. It's about 4.5, 5 miles one way. So it's going to be a nice day. The forest here is still absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look around me. And I was, on my drive down, there's a couple of spots I really, really wanted to stop at and photograph. But, like I said, there's hardly any pullouts on this road, and there really need to be some great pullouts of some of these little side forests and side waterfalls and the streams and some of the bridges even. There's usually a pullout next to a bridge, and there weren't really good ones. Yeah, we were parked part way on the road, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. So there's not a lot of people on the road. I probably could have very easily, and who knows, maybe on the way out I will. The clouds do look like they're kind of opening up a bit, so we should get a little bit more directional light later on today. And I am looking at a gorgeous, gorgeous view. Let's see if we can see behind me. This beautiful small, it's a vine maple in between these Douglas firs. And I really like that, so I'm kind of wondering, I think I'm going to try and get a photo of this while I'm waiting for my sister and our friend to show up. So I'll see you in a bit. Just look how pretty that is behind me. This is the Lower Lewis River Falls, and it's a very popular spot for photographers to come and photograph because it's spectacular. And you can, if you have a long lens, you can zoom in on little details of the falls, and with wide angle, you can get a really beautiful, expansive view. What I've got right now is an image that includes this little waterfall right here, with this little drop down with the falls behind it. And I did have to stop down. If I was thinking ahead, I would have brought down one of my neutral density filters. But I went ahead and closed down my aperture all the way to f/29 to photograph it. And what I'm really trying to get is the swirling here. I will most likely blend this swirling here with another image I photographed that had, is more, get more detail in the waterfall behind. So I have a swirling here, and then I'll blend it with an image of the waterfall. And at this point, I'm gonna go back up the hill and wait and pack up to go on my hike, hopefully, if my friends get here. I will talk to you later. After my sister arrived, we went back down to the base of the falls, and just as we were about ready to leave, the sun hit the falls and gave me this beautiful light glowing in the trees and on the waterfall. I was just so excited.